So today we're going to talk about how to make Halloween costumes for stuffies. During the pandemic, a lot of kids can't actually go trick-or-treating themselves, so you may not even want to make a costume, but you can make a lot of fun costumes for your stuffies and post photos of them on Facebook. So we're going to look at that. And I'm going to start with Sharpie. And Sharpie, excuse me, pack rat, you've got to go away. Sharpie said she wanted to be a queen, and that's because I found this fabulous tiara that sort of fits on her. And when you look at the back, it doesn't really fit, but from the front, it looks pretty good. And then I wanted to make a royal looking robe, and I had some purple sheets of purple felt and some paper clips. So 2 sheets of felt go around Sharpie just fine. And then you want to put, I wanted to put some kind of trim, excuse me Sharpie, I've got to take your tiara off. I wanted to put some kind of trim around the top of it because it makes it, I think it makes it look a little bit better. So I cut a piece of white felt, folded it over, and all I'm using to hold the felt together is paper clips. So it just goes around like this, and then to clip it in place, you tuck another paper clip right there. Actually, it's pretty good just the way it is. Felt kind of sticks to itself. And then we put Sharpie's tiara on, and there she is. She's a queen. Next comes Pack Rat. And Pack Rat wanted to be a pirate. So again, I had some felt, but you could do this with black paper. And you can see, excuse me, Pack Rat, let's get a good background here. I just cut a half circle of felt, about the right size for Packy's eye. And then a strip of black felt. And then I just taped them together by rolling up some sticky tape. And you don't really have to attach it. Again, felt will kind of stick to stuffy fur. So there she is with her patch on, her eye patch on. And then for a hat, I just took a piece of black paper and folded, a regular paper hat. And I happened to have a silver paint pen, and I drew a skull and crossbones. There's the skull, there's the crossbones, and just a line across there. And we can put that hat on her ears. And there she is. She's a pirate. Arr! Now, Possum, even though he's actually kind of a troublemaker, he wanted to be an angel. And again, I had a couple of pieces of felt. Any kind of cloth would do, the white cloth. And I'm going to make sort of a poncho for Possum. And that's going to be his angel robe. So I paper clipped these 2 sheets of felt together. You could paper clip 2 pieces of paper together, or better yet, 2 pieces of cloth. And then you just fold it over. So the paper clips are hidden inside, out of sight. And there's the head hole, the hole for his head. And that just goes, excuse me as I push this over your nose, Possum. And let's tuck it down a little bit. There's his angel robe. He doesn't look very angelic, but that's okay because Possum is not very angelic. He's actually a kind of a troublemaker. Now I happen to have an angel halo that I sort of bent so that it would fit on Possum. He doesn't like when I do this because he says it tickles. Too bad. There's his halo. But you could also use just a pipe cleaner and put like a white or a gold or a silver pipe cleaner, make a circle of it and stick it right on top of his head. Just depends on what you have lying around the house. You need to be creative with whatever is lying around the house. But there's Possum the angel. Yeah, I know you think you're angelic, but you're not. Here's Hedgehog. And Hedgehog wanted to be a cowboy. So I had this bandana. So here's his bandana. Now we have to make him a hat. And what I'm going to do is take a sheet of paper, figure out how big his head is. Excuse me, I got to turn you upside down, Hedgehog. So there's a circle about the size of his head. And then I'm going to draw a bigger circle because that's going to be the brim of his hat, like that. Now I'll just cut that out. Like that. And then we're going to make the hat part. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now I'm going to tape it in place. Now I'm going to roll up the sides of the hat, and there's Hedgehog, the cowboy. So those are just a few ideas of how you can make costumes for stuffed animals. I'll bet you can come up with a whole bunch more ideas on your own. Maybe you want to have a costume party for your stuffed animals, and you want to have as many different costumes as possible. So there you have it. There's some ideas about how to make costumes for your stuffed animals for Halloween.